Oh, Friday's here, everybody. Holy moly. Holy guacamole. Hopefully my phone doesn't go off during this. Someone said that they were supposed to call me back however many hours ago. And I was like, okay. I guess I'll try to keep an eye out. An ear out. And that was... what would it have been? About 4.5 hours ago? Maybe more like 3.5. It's now late enough that I imagine the office is closed. So unless someone's going to be calling me after hours, it's probably just not happening. Which is fine. Or I won't hear anything until like maybe tomorrow. Or all the way until Monday. I'm trying to remember where we were. So we just found the letter. Found the letter from the Otters. Jay is being a big ol' stupid head. Oh, that's right there at the front of the village because she convinced him that he was being stupid. There we go.
シャリー、無事か。うん、
この通り平気だよ。二人は蜃気楼の宮殿から脱出してきたらしい。
そんなところにいたのか。
何のために戻ったのか、それを忘れないでね。
ジン。
やっと分かったんです。いつもキュッポたちは僕を助けてくれてました。僕が一人にならないようにいつもそばにいてくれたんです。帰りが遅いと心配してくれたんです。ご飯を食べずに待っててくれたんです。怪我をすれば手当てをしてくれたんです。病気になれば必死に看病してくれたんです。寒い夜は一緒に寝てくれたんです。僕と一緒は楽しいと言ってくれたんです。僕のことを家族だって言ってくれたんです。キュッポたちは僕の家族なんです。大切な家族なんです。キュッポたちが傷つくのは嫌だ。誰かを失うのなんて耐えられない。みんなを助けたいんです。でも僕一人の力じゃ、僕だけじゃ全然足りない。だから僕に力を貸してください。家族を守る力を僕に貸してください。お願いします。僕に力を貸してください。セネルさん。
誰かを守るって決めたやつが泣くな。
セネルさん。
弟を泣かしてくれた借りは兄ちゃんがきっちり返してるわ。
モーゼスさん。
家族を泣かせるやつをワイは絶対に許さんけんの。
お兄ちゃんができてよかったな。
どうせなら出来のいい兄が欲しかったですね。
ま、今はモウスケで我慢してあげなさいよ。面倒見のいい素敵なお兄ちゃんよね。
確かに面倒見はいいな。
ワイの弟を泣かしたアホタレをぶん殴りに行こうかの。
やることは決まったな。蜃気楼の宮殿に行こう。
ああ、ソロンを倒すぞ。
たくノリが悪いんだから、こういう時は全員でやるもんでしょ。そうかもしれませんね。
たまにはそれもいいか。
はいセネセネ、もう一回よろしく。
みんな行くぞ。
Wow, I wasn't I wasn't expecting it to hit me with that right out of the gate. The person doing Jay's voice acting is very, very good. That was that got me immediately. That was very good. Holy shit. Oh god. Wait a minute, where am I going? Ah, hell. No. Mirage Palace. Oh, wait. Is it, do I want to go on the, I want to go on the rail, right? Actually, let's check. I don't think I've gotten anything since last time, but may as well double check. Nope. But I will fill up. I will buy a lot. Thank you. Yeah. Constantly using these lemon gels, especially recently. Oh yeah, and the life bottles too. Everything else is me. I wonder in what situation I would use any of those other ones where it's gonna lower my attack, my intelligence and whatnot. People who would be much better at this game than me might be able to say. Oh yeah, I hope you'll get lost. Alright, that's the wrong way, alright. I don't know if it's just because it's Friday, or if... I don't know, I'm just feeling like a lot's going on my mind. But, man, just got to a point on in the middle of the work day where just hit with this big ol' wave of tiredness. Thankfully I was able to, you know, push through it enough to where it wasn't that big of an issue, and I still got the things done after work that I need to get done. But Hopefully that doesn't mean that I'm gonna be deal with that the entire way through the stream. I mean, no matter what, I'm always a little bit tired after work, but where does this take me? Does this this goes up. Yeah, this takes me to Mirage Palace, right? There we go. This thing is so cool. It was, so I was thinking of looking at this. Clearly it's got rails, you know, other than the light rails that it runs on, right? Which are, but like it's got like real, what I meant, let's try that again. So what I mean is it's got real rails that they have built there that are made of, you know, whatever, they're made out of steel or whatnot. You know, and beyond that, it's got the light rail, which is how we're getting over here, right? But just how smooth it is, because it, especially with the way that it's got that like little what do you call it? Like when it comes to a stop, it's almost like it's on. It's almost like it's on this like little, it's like a little floating magnet sort of like pad, where it like absorbs some of the motion of it stopping, and it like distributes it in just like a little wave going forward, where it goes whoop, forward. I say that like as if you can see the hand motion, but you know, it kind of shifts forward and then back, and then it stops. Which was making me think of, so I think I'm pretty sure I mentioned, yeah, because I went on a whole thing about the, so that S4 documentary, the Bob Lazar story. Can you, cool, thank you. So, interesting documentary. I've watched it once, and then, but I've heard it through almost all the way twice, because I also turned it on during work to just listen to at one point after I watched it the first time. And, this is just for this, okay. Cool, it wasn't even like an item. This is gonna be one of those things that I hate, isn't it? Yes, I hate these. And so, you know, say what you will about the thing itself. A lot of people, I'm sure, are still, they're like, yeah, I mean, it's a similar story that we've heard. We get to see like visuals with it now, which is pretty cool. And it kind of like brings it to life a little bit, as close as possible to his descriptions of it. So it's not just him telling it, it's, you know, you're getting sort of the visual aspect of like, okay, this is what he, as close as they can replicate it, this is how it looked and what he saw, which is very cool. But he's also done a couple of he looks older in those, so I think it happened after that. A couple of interviews just with other people elsewhere about you know, clearly he's done interviews all over the damn place about his work there and what he saw and everything that happened afterwards. But one that I was recently listening to was talking about, which I don't know if they even mentioned in the documentary, but the shell of the craft, I'm pretty sure he mentioned it felt like I want to say he said it felt like an unpolished metal, but he wasn't entirely sure what it was. And then in an interview that I just recently watched, I guess it was sort of like snippets of an interview though, because it was like a video that someone put together, and he was in it in several scenes. But they were talking about how do they pronounce it? I think it was called electrics, which I was like, I don't even know if I've heard the term, but it's like kind of how magnets have a constant magnetic field. There are certain metals, I guess. I think it's probably specifically metals, but they have, when you feed electricity into them, they will like keep that electricity in as like a electric field or something. That was sort of the gist of what I was getting, and they mention that what was it? Bismuth is a metal that is like that, and possibly the shell of the aircraft that he saw and worked with could have been entirely made of that, which would have helped with some of the properties that he was seeing. And I thought it was very interesting that something like this, and I don't know why that didn't get mentioned, or if it was just so specific and technical that they were like, okay, we could go into the fact that like electrics are a thing, but we only have so much time, and I guess they ran into a bunch of problems with the documentary from what I was hearing, like financial ones, because the banks were like trying to pull some nonsense with them several years after. Was it years? I think it was years after they like had already secured all the loans, and everything seemed fine, and then they were like, well, suddenly it's not fine. And well, I guess if Norma's here, I'm just gonna have her do this. Sneeze. Where is Resurrection? Here it is. So yeah, it could have just been as easy as like, hey, we don't have time for this, so we're not gonna work on it. We're gonna thank you. It's like we're gonna try to focus on the overview, which, you know, and they wanted well, the overview sort of where it's like the main focus was definitely what he saw and worked with, and how do you bring that visually to life to sort of give people a sense of what he was seeing. But also, they did have, and I know it's important to the whole story of, you know, everything he was going through, but they had a whole section at the end where they were just there we go. Where all they were just talking about the aftermath, because they were talking about him taking people out to see what was going on when, you know, he probably shouldn't have. Which I think, and I understand people's skepticism too, where they were like, why rather than just be threatening, why wouldn't they have just like you know, black bagged him and he would have disappeared? Because clearly that's a thing that's happened in the past. And I'm sure it's, you know, like, you never know how prevalent such things like that are, but, you know, there's a reason that people don't trust the government. But, you know, and that's for any country. It's, you know, no place is perfect. But it's like, I can understand people being like, so they got mad at you, they brought you in and they yelled at you for a while, and then they fired you and just let you go. But then they somehow, maybe they shot out your tires on the road, or that could have been unrelated, and then, you know, they just sort of left it be. And there was a point. Oh no, no.
なんてことだ。大怪我してるじゃないか。
So there was a point in all of his so in his story, and that he's told multiple times, is that that I do think sort of tracks consistently, which would be, there was a point where he said, okay, now it's time to try to get this out as many times as possible publicly, so that if something does happen, then it's very, very obvious. After that point, when he started going more public, and it wasn't just, okay, he's told people he knows, that's when, for me at least, I'm like, okay, I can see why he didn't just disappear. That makes sense to me. Because now, too obvious. You know, don't want to be too obvious. Unless, like, I guess you literally have no choice. You know, and then, I guess, what do you do? But, even when we have stuff that happens and it's extremely obvious, people are like, we're pretty sure you did that. And they're like, I don't know. Camera didn't work. Weird. Huh. Also, all these cameras are from like 2002. And, you know, it's been 20 plus years since then. Didn't really think about it. Oh, okay. Sure. But, yeah. What is... I think the noise that I'm hearing is supposed to be like the movement of the water, but it just has like static. But, yeah, I would like to find more of his interviews and see if there are little pieces like the thing about the bismuth and the electric material that doesn't show up in the documentary, because I remember hearing him go through the story on, I've got the Art Bell archives, and so I was listening through a bunch of those for a while. I put it away for a little bit because I kept running into a couple like right back to back that I was like, okay, all these people sound like they're feeding me a story. So like I ran into like 4 of those in a row, and I was like, okay, on the back burner for a little bit. But you know, I've heard him tell it on there. I think I've heard him tell it on Joe Rogan. And then, you know, obviously then you had the documentary, and also just random little bits and stuff that people have used all throughout the years in different like videos and stuff too. So, you know, I feel like I've kind of heard it in a decent amount of places, but I would like to find more that are fully like start to finish, and see if there are other details that didn't get picked out for the documentary specifically that we didn't get to see visually, because the visuals were very, very good, and it really put into perspective how weird some of the stuff was. But the electric field thing, I think, is extremely interesting, and I probably, like, if I was Bob Lazar, which I'm not smart enough to be Bob Lazar, can't even speak English, but if someone had come to me and said, hey, we want to do a documentary, you know, you want to tell a story again? You know, it's kind of been your thing since, like, God, what was he? Was he 30? I forget how old he was back when this all happened. But I would have been like, yeah, sure. You know, if we want to do this, you know, depending on how you want to do it. But I probably would have been like, let's just leave all the stuff at the end, like what happened afterwards. Like that can be a very brief segment. Let's not make that a how long was it? I want to say it was like a 20-minute segment at the end of just like all of the aftermath stuff. And I was like, look, you know, obviously that's a big part of his story and it was I'm sure traumatic not knowing whether or not someone was going to just take you out, you know, because you did what you did. But I definitely like for how fascinated he still is with that craft that he worked on. Um, I would have been like, I want to like if you want to visualize my story in such a way that people can like see as close as possible what I saw. I want like 99% of the film to be just that. I want to get down to the absolute details. And I feel like that would have still done well because I'm pretty sure the documentary did pretty good. Last I heard, like it was like, you know, pretty big hit. I think if they had focused more on the really like as many details and as specific as possible too, um, you know, yeah, I think it would have still done just as well because most people that I know who talk about it, they're like, yeah, I keep rewatching the part where like we're going through the craft and like it's just it's entrancing. Like seeing how they made it based off of the descriptions, it's it's absolutely it's like enchanting like watching it and being like if you know if this is real depending on you know how skeptic and whatnot you are it's it's absolutely it would be like walking into uh like a doorway into a planet that you've never seen before and just being like every single thing about this what I'm seeing in front of my eyes is the most interesting thing I've ever seen before. Even if some parts of it are like somewhat familiar, there's like something about it that you can't help but be fascinated by. I don't know what I would do if I saw uh like what he saw. Like he mentioned like every time he was in the hangar, he just couldn't stop looking at it. And I was thinking about it and I was like, yeah, I probably would have gotten in trouble because I would have like found any excuse to be in and around the the craft uh, as possible, especially on the inside, because they kind of gloss over the whole like okay, you go inside and then there are like bits that you can like turn on, and then the wall just like it turns transparent, and it's like that's like, and maybe they glossed over it because he's like, I don't know how they did that. Like it's I have no idea the mechanics or the materials used or anything about it and how you could even make that possible. I just know that it did. So they didn't focus on that all that much, but when they mentioned it, I was like, that's incredible. And then and then they were already past it, and then they were talking about the symbols and stuff, and I was like, I can't believe this. I was like, I want to know more about that. Did people were the tests done with that in particular? Like that crazy. The whole thing is crazy. But I thought the just the fact that I just clicked on a video, I just needed something to listen to while I was like walking and whatnot, and and also I was doing dishes first, and then while because of course there's always fucking dishes to do, yeah, and I found that, and I was like, oh, they're talking about like the element 115 and the Moscovium and you know whatever, or Muscovium is 115. I forget which one it is. I think it is. But yeah, then they start talking about all the bismuth stuff, and I was like, I don't remember this in the documentary. So I guess they just decided that, you know, they couldn't pack that much in because they still wanted to kind of like contain it within like the framework of the story. And it's like, I probably wouldn't have. I would have 100% focused entirely on the craft, because I think that's what a lot of people, that's what they want to know. They want to know as much about, you know, what did it feel like? What did it do? How did it react to things when you were doing it? Like tests on it. What kind of tests did you do on it? Which, you know, they went into some of them, but I feel like that section is over far quicker than it should be. Anyway, that's hopefully the odds are okay.
シャリー頼む。
こんなになるまで戦うことなかったのに。
大切なものを守るためには傷つくことも時として必要になる。
モフモフ族にとって J はそれだけ大切な存在なんだ。
それを忘れちゃいかんのじゃぞ。
今度は J が決意を持って行動する番だ。
はい。
そのホタテ起きないけどいいの？傷はちゃんと治したのに。
もしかして手遅れちゃったんか？
そんな。
あら、可愛らしい寝顔ね。お姉さん、なでなでしたいわ。寝てるだけかよ。
楽しい夢でも見ていそうだな。
緊張感のない寝顔だしね。可愛いです。
うん、かわいい。
まったく能天気なやつらじゃ。
モーゼスさんにだけは言われたくないと思いますけどね。
お、いいね。JJ の調子も戻ってきたじゃん。
Oh, whoops.
先に進もう。
Oh my god, and it just leaves them there because they're just sleeping. Just Eepin right in the middle of the road. He's asleep. They're so cute. Alright. Where the hell am I going? Boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. This thing's gonna be a pain in my butt, I just know it. Ugh. Well. Ow. Thank you. I swear to Christ. I don't know who's doing that. I guess I'm gonna life bottle myself real quick. Wow. I knew it. It's gonna be a pain in my ass because of the stupid... It's this damn mage's fault.
少しは温存しないとな。罪深き者にそういうかに何か狙ってるわね。
Ow. And then it's gonna kill her. Probably. Okay. You know what? I think I'm not gonna bother doing that with them right now. Because I think I can just kill it on my own. You're not so tough when I'm fucking bitch slapping you in a corner. Thank goodness we've got Norma in a different slot. Oh, you know what would be good, actually? Never mind, hold on. Yeah! Look at that! Oh, wait a minute. Hey, we're thinking with portals over here. 60, 66. There we go. Wow, music is really bombastic right now. I'm hoping that I can sort of remember this even. Fucking. So several thoughts ran through my head just a second ago. Oh, a ninja, or a clown, ninja clown, ninja, if you will. So, but of the several thoughts that I can say, you know, I suddenly had the very interesting revelation. Not I didn't have it. It was bestowed upon me by a coworker, which was, you know, very kind of them. But there was a thing that happened, and everyone, it was like this very weird insistence, and I'm being vague on purpose, obviously, you know. But it was this very weird insistence of, okay, we're using this new tool, but you can't call it by its name. And of course, that makes you go, what? What are you talking about? Why would, what? And, you know, everyone was like, okay, I guess. I can't imagine why anyone would give a shit. And, you know, I was, yeah, that's like, and I didn't really think anything of it either. I was just like, that's fine. You know, it's like, I couldn't think of any reason why I would care about this at all. And then, you know, you get a, depending on your, you know, how people keep in contact, right? You get a message. Oh boy, I love that. I think Garun just did that thing, so let's see if I can get this in time. I think her cure happened right before the revive happened, so I didn't get the heal. That sucks. Did you cure yourself? Hey, look at that. And thank you. I'm the one that's right in the middle of the fighting. I'm the important one here. But anyway, yeah, so, you know, get a message and it goes something along the lines of, hey, I figured it out. You know, and I was like, figured what out? And I'm like, figured out why we can't say the name. Why, you know, why it can't be public. It's like, alright. What'd you figure out? Oh, because this is tied to a bunch of, it's tied to a bunch of AI stuff. So when you Google it, it's like very prominently displayed. Oh, hey, this is tied to this, and it uses this, and a lot of people, you know, this is leading the whatevers in the, you know, this industry. So, so they're basically, I'm trying to remember the company that did it. There was a company that was like, hey, oh, you know what? I don't remember the company, but I think it was, so from what I understand, canola oil started out as something that got used to like help grease engines. And it was under a different name. I forget what the name was, but it had a different name. And then they decided, hey, there's nothing that like we couldn't technically consume with this. You know, maybe we change an ingredient or two or a process or two, but then, you know, we could use this for like cooking and sell it to people and tell them there's nothing wrong with it. And it's like, yeah, but, you know, everybody knows it. They know what we use it for, so who's gonna put it in their cooking? Who's gonna drop it onto a pan to fry up some pancakes? And then they were like, you know, that's probably right. We'll just change the name, and then people won't know. This is just a new thing. Hey, it's a canola oil. It's not the other thing that it used to be called, because we don't tell you that it used to be called that. We just, hey, there's canola oil. It's cheaper than getting olive oil or butter. And for the amount that you get a whole lot of it. So, you know, buy a jug or 3. That's basically what they're doing. They're just like, well, we're gonna... Red Verbena? I think that means that I have... I might have... the ingredients to do another customization? Maybe. I think I still needed red saffron or something, though. This is ridiculous. Life bottle, surely. Wow, okay. And I'm going to heal myself too, because clearly no one else is gonna do this for me right now. Wow, that attack does so much damage, it's ridiculous. I'm going to... So Groon is going to life bottle surely, and then I'm not gonna do anything at all. I'm gonna die, is what I'm gonna do. And then Shirley can life bottle me immediately. Son of a fucking bitch. I'm so sick of this shit. Okay, you know what? Actually, this is good. No, 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 no! Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, and I have to load the data? Oh, this is the worst. How long ago was that? Oh, I hate you. You're a stupid bitch. Oh, you're a stupid bitch, and I hate you for it. You know what I'm gonna do, actually? I didn't think about this last time, but I guess I'll think about it now. We're gonna holy bottle, because you can suck my whole dick. And so... I'm trying to remember. I won't go the way I went last time because that seemed to just lead me around in a big ol' circle.
天かける先行の道しるべよ汝が方向により暗礁を投げ払えブラックホールインディグネーション
Yeah, that old man in the sea and the stupid witch combo. I hate that. And I can never reliably, and this is a me problem. I can never reliably do that like slide to get past them when they're that big. That big fish monster never seems to want to do the slide past, and I guess that's on purpose because it is like so long. Okay, so that's where I went last time. That was a circle. Does... Yeah, because that doesn't go anywhere. And this doesn't go anywhere either. I didn't miss one, did I? Okay, maybe there's a place down here that I could have turned off. No? Yeah, no, that just goes around in a big old circle. Alright. I think I'm outside of the bubble, so it's not gonna give me one of those. Thank you. The fact that people are now, so you know, using AI is for whatever you're using is one thing. But when you have to start lying to people that you're using it because you know it's going to cause like some sort of reaction, whether negative or not, and you're not, you know, clearly you do it not because you're gonna get a positive one, but the possibility of getting the negative one is why, instead of just being upfront about it, you go, okay, we'll just lie that, you know, oh, we're using this thing, it's different, you know, it's just part of, you know, it's like, I hate, you know. Thankfully, it's a problem that I don't have to solve. I just have to, exist in the world where this is a thing. And, you know, if it ever comes to a head where someone's like, I need to know what you're using because something about it is, did this put me in a different place? Wait a minute, I thought that was gonna take me back to the same one I was in. Are you giving me ninjas now because clearly I'm no good at dealing with the mages? Is that what you're doing? Oh hey, look, I was able to do it that time. Why is it why did it work that time? Either way, if that ever came to a head where someone really pushed on it for some reason, which I don't think anybody ever would, not unless it turned into like a huge incident for one reason or another, like the tool screwed up whatever it's supposed to be doing, you know. Which I don't even understand where it's coming in, to be honest. That's the thing that was interesting to me, where I was like, okay, we're supposed to be using this thing, and you know, I don't have the best understanding of the thing as a whole. Cool, great. But you know, I know how to use it. But there's nothing about it that would indicate to me. Are you serious? Revive me. Thank you. There's nothing about it that would even tell me that any of what's in there would have like an AI assistance in any way. It's not generating anything. It's not like scanning information to collate it, like to, you know, to like pull it all into a thing to be used. So I have no idea what it would even be doing. Hello. Oh no, it is. I guess I'll save it here just because, you know, life is a bitch and then you die. Yeah, I'm still like I after they mentioned that, I sat there for a while thinking like, what could it possibly be using that for in the first place? And I couldn't come up with anything. I still can't. It's pretty nuts actually. Like if it's using it for something really weird and niche and like innocuous that I wouldn't have imagined it would be used for. It's one of those things where it's like, what is that even saving you time on? But I guess I would, you know, I would have to know at the onset what it even, you know, what it's even doing, because you know, it certainly wouldn't be filling in information. I wouldn't think from like I know there are some places now that are doing they're doing like, say you're trying to update a bunch of records now, rather than having like a person like going through and doing that, they're just like dumping it all in into like an AI model, and it like is trying to like sort all that nonsense on its own. Oh, I see. Okay, that's the one I went into. This is the one up here. So, alright. So if that's no good, what about over... This isn't going to be good either. Actually, so maybe if I go back through that one, it will be... I guess we'll see. I'm gonna check out these bottom two rungs first, and we'll see what happens there. Ooh. And die. She's just showing off over there. Oh.
J も随分と強くなったな。
そりゃ僕も成長してますからね。
いつまで経ってもワイとの差は縮まらんがの。
誰も背の話はしてませんよ。
気にはしてるんだな。
Okay, so this is not where I want to go. So, what about down here? Aha! And a lemon gel, which is always useful, especially right now. Hey, I think this is where... Well, don't care about that anyway. And I certainly don't use those ever. This is definitely the road that I need. Of course, it was the one that was right near the bottom. I hate you so fucking much, it's unbelievable. Okay, how do I get the... And that's gonna almost kill me. Because of course it is. Actually, do I want a miracle gel myself? I do. Get... How the hell... I hate these fucking dragons, I really do. I hate it with your stupid peck attacks. I hate the fact that you're big and in my way. I hate everything about you. How the hell? What is the button? What is the button combination to do that? I'm not looking it up. You know what? You're almost dead anyway. Okay, go fuck yourself. God, I hate these fucking mages. I can't think of anything I hate more in this game. These are always a problem, and they always have the setup of they stay all the way at the very back on purpose to be as annoying as possible. Sure. And then I'll go heal everybody TP-wise myself. And then what's his face can just heal. There we go. Yeah, they always have it set up in the fashion of big ass shit in the way, and then they hang all the way to the back, being annoying as fuck. I have the feeling that this one is too easy. What do I want to do here? If only I could reach I feel like I can never reach, but then I get close enough and she wanders into my fists because she's a stupid bitch with your stupid skirt. Fuck you. Alright, what the hell is this? What does that do? That will work when I... Don't need that anymore. I guess I'll also do this. Now we're good. Hopefully this isn't a trap that sets me back to the beginning or something. That would piss me off. Oh, buddy, I don't know where this is. Oh, actually, I think this is good because I see archways and stuff. Yeah, there we go. You sleeping? He's asleep. You fell asleep, you. How terrifying. How do you stand it day after day?
Kippo, しっかりして。
おかしいキュ。ジェイの声が聞こえるキュ。ホタテ貝からお迎えが来たキュ。
違うよ。みんなを助けに来たんだ。
キュキュー。
こっちを見るな。
だって二人とも可愛いやね。りっちゃんもクーも顔赤いよ。違います。
キュッポ、大丈夫？本当にジェイ
なんだキュ。
僕が幻に見える？
ジェイ、いい顔してるキュ。強い目をしてるキュ。本物の戦士の目だキュ。オスだキュ。
キュッポたちのおかげだよ。やっと目が覚めたんだ。ピッポとポッポはどこにいるの？
キュッポの代わりにおとり役を務めてくれてるはずキュ。
二人が危ない。急ごう。
今のソロンは危険だキュ。得体の知れない力を感じるキュ。
それは僕も思っていた。人間離れした強さを持っている。
ソロンはどれだけ戦っても絶対に疲れないんだキュ。それに怪我をしてもすぐに傷が塞がるんだキュ。
黒い霧の魔物にも同じようなやつがいたな。
そこに力の秘密があるのかもしれない。
石化の遺跡でロンロンが呼んだ魔物も黒い霧を出したよね。
まさかソロンが霧の元凶なのか？あの霧から生まれる魔物も。
今は話を取る場合と違うじゃろ。
急いでピッポとポッポのところに。
十分気をつけるキュ。
大丈夫だよ。みんなが一緒なんだから。
もう頼れるのはみんなしかいないキュ。ソロンを倒してほしいキュ。
僕はそのために戻ってきたんだ。絶対にソロンを倒す。
We gotta kick his ass. There's no way Solon is the source of the mist. I think we've seen the source of the mist. It's that lady. I'm almost positive he is just a very easy vessel for the Black Mist because he's already cartoonishly evil. I didn't even realize that this guy is just all bones.
お姉さんと遊びたいのソロン。何してたのかしら。
何か狙ってるのか。
援護します。何してたのかしら。チアリング。
I was watching, I was just kind of scrolling through some of the stuff that I have saved the other day, anime-wise, and I was like, I think I got the all of the episodes of Shaman King, but in my head, I was thinking, well, all of the episodes until they canceled it. Because I vaguely remember being very upset that Shaman King ended on a cliffhanger. And I was like, that really sucks. But then, as I was kind of just like scrolling through random episodes of it, because I was like, maybe I should rewatch this. But then I was like, eh. I was like, where did it end again? And then I just go all the way to the ending, and I'm just like, I just jump to a random point, and I'm like, this doesn't seem right. And you know, it seems like an ending, and so now. And I didn't look it up at the time because I think I did this at like, it was like 4 in the morning, and it was like a work day, so I had some, you know, I have my morning stuff to get through before I gotta do that. So I was like, did I? Is that a false memory that I have? Cute. Is that like a false memory I have? Or is this a Detective Conan situation where we got up to a certain amount of episodes that they dubbed, and then that stopped, and they were like, okay, well, we're not dubbing any more episodes. And, you know, for whatever reason, like, I don't know, ratings weren't good enough or something, I guess. I don't know why they stopped dubbing Detective Conan, if I'm honest. And I don't remember how far they went, but maybe it was one of those. And then, so to my brain at the time, especially because when Shaman King was like a pretty big thing back in the day, I was still fairly young, so I wasn't like going out seeking the subbed versions yet. Maybe I just assumed, oh, okay, so that means that it's just over. Like, I didn't understand the entire situation. Because, yeah, when I was just kind of jumping around the episode, I was like, this seems like it's an actual ending episode. And I kind of remember them being in, they were in like that, it was like they were, the two main characters who look like one another were fighting to the death or whatever was going on, because they had like, was it a tournament? Was it another tournament? Another anime that had a tournament? It was like a Shaman King tournament or something. That's what I remembered. And I remember that being like, okay, we stopped right before the final battle or something, some shit like that. And it was like, oh, like, really? Oh, I think I needed that. Like, is that real? Did we actually just stop right before and we're just not gonna finish it. Oh, and then you know, I think based off of what I was seeing, maybe it was just the double that got canceled. They were just like, yeah, we made it all the way to like the really hypest part, but you know, we're not making the returns on this that we want. So I guess we'll just you know, what do they say in restaurants when they're taking something off the menu, where they're 57 in or something, 59, I don't remember, 67. I hate that. I hate the fact this is Bibu's fault. I know it is. She did this to me. Can you? You're not as bad as the mages, but I also hate you with the fact that I have to jump to get you. You know what also that happened with was I was trying to find, and I think this is back when I still paid for Crunchyroll before they became like just absolute garbage. Maybe. I was looking for, I was like, you know, I haven't watched Yu-Gi-Oh in a long time. And then I found, so there's Yu-Gi-Oh, so, hold on, I actually, you know what, I might go look it up real quick, because I don't want to get it wrong. But let me fight these stupid, whatever the fuck these are. What even are you? Genetic abominations? Are you natural? Kinda chunky. Nah, look at him. Okay. Real quick. Let me see if I can... where would it have been? So there's that. That's not it. Yeah. So there's I almost turned it on. So in what was that? The 2000s? Right? Yeah. So in 2000s, we have what people generally remember, which is Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. But then, back in, what year did this say? 1998, we had just Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's the one that is a little closer to, I don't know how close, but I know that in the manga, they don't just do card games, he's king of games. So he goes, like, he plays a lot of different stuff with people, and he's a lot more, he's a lot less forgiving, is what I remember people saying about it. Where Yami is who I'm talking about. And I remember I was like looking, you know, and so I found that, and you know what? Maybe this wasn't, because I don't know if Crunchyroll ever had those back then. The old Yu-Gi-Oh. I guess they would have been the OVAs, right? It's already gone. I did see. Oh man! Oh, I'm gonna do one day after another. I didn't see how many episodes there were. I want to say it was probably like 24 or something, which is like the usual. Let's just heal myself first. Surely can life bottle will. And don't die in the meantime. But, oh yeah, so, whatever I found it on, whatever I was watching it on, because I just turned it on a random episode like I usually do. That's a pretty common thing with me. Sometimes I'll just find something and I'm just like, and I'll choose this one. I'll just sort of spin the thing around and I'll choose something. And I was like, I don't remember this. And then, you know, it kept going and kept going. And I was like, what the hell is happening here? I was like, also everybody looks a little strange. I also thought it was a little weird that everybody looked a little off. And I couldn't, for a second, I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And then eventually I was like, why does everybody look like they're in 360p? I do remember the anime looking a little better than this. And then finally it clicked, and then I was like, oh, this must be like the OVAs or something. I never even, like, because a lot of stuff does have, like, you know, just like, you know, JoJo had its own, little, I don't even remember how long that went for. But, you know, it got all the way up to, well, you know what? Maybe I'll go look that up too real quick. I'm trying to remember how long were the JoJo OVAs? And I think it was, so they didn't start from the beginning, the OVAs, I don't think. They started from Stardust Crusaders, I think. So it's a little different. But yeah, the OVAs for Yu-Gi-Oh! I think probably started wherever the manga was like, hey, this is, you know, he's not just, you know, Pharaoh real good at card games. He is king of games. So there, one of the episode anyway, to finally wrap around to it, that I got to was, or chose anyway. He was playing this, like, I guess playing is a hard term to ascribe to this, because what it was there was like this stupid bitch teacher who was like, what did she do? I think she was like jealous of one of the students or something, and she was just like, she was super nasty, and I think she did something pretty bad. I don't remember quite what it was because I was sort of scrubbing through it at the time, and I just remember the scene of, he was like, hey, I'm gonna challenge you to this game. The rules are pretty simple, you know, do you agree to it? And she was like, sure, I guess I'll do this stupid game. And then she was like, well, you know, but I'm gonna cheat because I'm a bitch, you know. So it's like, I'll just take off the blindfold. And what it was is that they had, what was it? Was it a mirror or just like a sheet of glass that was broken up into a bunch of fragments? And they were supposed to, with their eyes closed, place all of the pieces back together like a puzzle, right? And, you know, and do it blindfolded. And, you know, he was like, oh, hey, also good for us, you know, they are pieces of broken glass. I think it was glass. And, you know, so we'll put on some gloves, you know. And so they were wearing gloves with blindfolds on, doing this. And then she takes her blindfold off because she was like, well, he's not gonna fucking know. And then I'll just do it and be like, oh my god, I did it. And because she violated the rules of the game, he like turned her ugly somehow, like with like the power of the Shadow Realm, I guess. I forget. He basically like turned her into an old hag looking sort of thing. It was sort of nuts. And then he was just like, now you look on the outside like you are on the inside. And it's like, ooh, damn. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I was like, you know what, this would be good to, and then of course I don't think I got around to watching it through it, but I should. I definitely should, because I would be very interested to know how far they get with some of the King of Games stuff, because I don't know what, because clearly there's, sometimes just games of his own making that he probably does, but I wonder what other games they do in the OVAs that don't make it into Duel Monsters, because in Duel Monsters they focus pretty much entirely on the card game that they want to turn into a merchandise and sell, right? Oh, whoops. It just occurred to me. There we go. How funny, I was just talking about AI. Can this thing refresh properly so that I can ban the bot? Thank you. Oh, real quick. I'm going to also look for okay. So for the OVAs, there are two. There's 1993 and there's 2000. And each 2000 it's 7 episodes, and 1993 it's 6. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm guessing anyway, because I have seen some of the JoJo OVAs, but specifically the fight between Jotaro and Dio. So I know that's in there. So wherever they start, I know at least it has to be by Stardust Crusaders, but I don't know which one that is, if that's the 2000 or the 1993. I want to say that 1993 is the Stardust Crusaders one, but I can't actually say for certain. And you know what's funny? In that fight with Dio and Jotaro, there we go. Why does it feel like the music is suddenly much louder than normal? So in that fight, so in the what are they called? David Productions one, the newest one, right? Very good, obviously. I don't think anybody has ever had like a bad word to say about the most recent adaptation of JoJo, as far as I know. But they really went above and beyond on making some of the scenes very iconic, and part of that is definitely due in part to some of the sounds that they used, which now just live in my head forever. So when you're in that fight with Jotaro and Dio is using the world and sort of just like in Jotaro's perspective, especially when it shows you from Jotaro's perspective, he'll be on like the light post, and then suddenly he's on top of a car, or and then on top of a stop sign. It's got that sound, that sound that happens whenever it does, like almost like there's like an air vacuum happening, right? I want to go this way. Maybe I want to go this way. Okay, well, I missed out on that, but this is like the way that I need to go, I think, so. Wow, look at that in the background. It's kind of like a snow cone. It's pretty. But having that sound, like, I would actually like to have that sound somehow as just like a, like, I would love to have that as like an onboard sound effect. I don't have like I don't have one of the stream decks that have like a bajillion buttons. I just have like a little mini one, because that's really all I just needed to be able to plug into the mic and then the computer, right? But having one of those ones with all the different buttons and you can add like sound effects and stuff to it, I would love to have that on there just to use in random moments where I feel like it's warranted, because it's a fantastic sound and it will never, as long as I have the memory to have memory, that sound will live in my head. But in the OVA, it's a lot more subdued because they don't have that. He just blinks from one place to another. He's just, in one place and then suddenly it's... do they have a shutter sound? It might even be like a shutter sound rather than a... like that vacuum, like, whomp noise. And so it's a lot more like, oh, you blinked, and then suddenly he's in another place, which is still interesting, but it's not, it doesn't have quite the impact as the David Productions ones. Wow, I can't believe I dodged that, sort of by accident. Can you not? You missed. It was like 5 feet in front of you and you missed. The arena is only 10 feet long. Will, please. Oh my god, I can't believe this thing is not even half health yet. Okay, that's definitely... no, that didn't kill it. You're fine, Will. I got him. Like always, I got him. Oh?
私、とっても強くなったわね。確かに強くなったんだけど、みんなから頼りにされちゃうわね。
なぜだか安心して見ていられないな。
張り切っていっちゃうわよ。
どこへ行くんだ？
あら、どこだったかしら？
She fucking tip taps away. Oh, I don't know where I was going. Oh, good, a puzzle room. I'll be honest, I sometimes give him a little bit of a shit, but I kind of do enjoy these puzzle rooms to a certain extent. Especially now, I feel like we've been here before. Have we been here before? Especially now, when we've been playing the main game for a pretty decent amount of time. Oh, buddy. And so having these little puzzle rooms, it's kind of like a little breath of fresh air. Alright. I'm almost positive we've either been here before or we've done something very similar. Because I kind of remember having this little opening gap right here. Well, that's the Irish call no good. There we go. Here's the thing. Does it matter where I push it? I don't think so. Ha 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 ha. Oh, buddy. Okay. Well, that's not gonna work. I would have to. I think I'm doing this in a very ass-backwards way. No, there we go. I got it. I got it. Got it. Until I don't got it anymore. Oh, come on. So... Okay, so I have 4 of these. Hold on. So if I did 1, 2, 3. Would this work? I need to push. I need to come here. Go down there. And then, nope. Nope, actually that's wrong. You need to go up here. And then down here. And then you go there. And then... Shit. No, maybe this just doesn't work. Oh, maybe. Maybe this is good. There we go. Using the old noggin. It's funny, I have not once fired that off. So we're gonna Well, this is a bit of a pickle. How would you even do anything with this? Alright. So there's that. I wonder if pushing it off of that side was a mistake. It certainly might have been. Because I don't think there's any way to move that out of this space now. So that's just a dead block. Yeah, I'm actually gonna how do I restart? We're gonna rethink it. Okay. So I know what it wants me to do. Sort of. So, you're good. I can't really pull it straight back. Okay, so this is good. Now, I can't... Yeah, I cannot pull it straight back. And I can't pull this straight back either. Or... What I mean is that I can't pull this back because then I get stuck. So, instead, what we're gonna do, so that side was a mistake. Well, this side is also a mistake. But what might not be a mistake, possibly the way that I went about it was close. Maybe it's funny, I can't even actually get this over to... There we go. So, I can't do anything with this now. I can pull it this way. But that doesn't really help me currently. Pull you here, but still, that doesn't really. Well, I can do this, but that leaves me back in the same predicament that I had before. Where, okay, so I pull that here, but I can't do anything on this side. I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna do anything for me, but I can push this here, and then I can pull this up here. Alright, alright. And then I can push these here. This is something. And it's closer to... We're gonna move this up here, just to get it out of the way. And then move this here. Aha! Oh, actually, I don't even have to do... I can just go up here and push it right here. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now I can move it up. And then over. There we go. Now it's just a matter of getting all this other shit out of the way. So, up. Up. I probably want to do this first. That way I don't lose anything. There we go. Can you please? Thank you. There we go. Alright. All blocks. This isn't gonna do anything for me, so you're just gonna go straight over here. Alright. Now, I'm guessing you want me to do this, right? Nice. And then, but for you... How do I... I'm guessing for this side... Well, I have all these blocks now. I'm gonna guess maybe it's as simple as this. Yeah, there we go. Oh. The only issue is I need to be able to get out. So, you do here. Down. No. Too much. There we go. Cool. And then... Oh, just like last time, I now need to bring all these guys over here. This is the part that I sort of remember from before. I'm pretty sure this was a little bit different. But this part I remember, because I had to go all the way over to this side from here. And the only way to do that is to make sure that you had all the blocks. Clearly you need all the blocks to do the puzzle anyway, but also to get over to this side you need all the blocks. Yeah, and then 2 more, which is you 2 guys. Nice. These minute little shufflings around. Yeah, okay, cool. Can you please? I was thinking the other day that I need to retry figuring out if there's a good way to sort like the absolute oldest of stuff on Newgrounds and have it actually work, because their website doesn't work properly. You try to do oldest and it only goes back to a certain date. It doesn't actually go back to the oldest. But just for posterity's sake, I really want to make sure that I have a bunch of that old stuff saved. Just in case it ends up disappearing from the internet forever. I wonder, are they gonna allow me to... Are they gonna allow me to, let whoever take me through here, or do I just have to figure this one out now? I don't remember who helped me take it through. It might have been Moses, even. Yeah, last time I was like, you know what, I don't want to fucking do this. So I just let them take me to the end, after failing it like 6 times, I think, give or take. Wow, she really got stuck in that audio loop. Funny thing about having anything with vibration on like this, where it's like a fighter, anytime the vibration happens, even if it's a friendly spell, my brain always goes, oh no, I got hit by something, because, you know, the vibration happened. It's like, oh, there was just a spell happening on the screen, that's all. Oh boy. Nice. Wah, wah. Oh boy, love this. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do another one of the holy bottles, because absolutely fuck this. Okay, so down, left. Oh. Lavender, cool. So right. Down. Oh, hey, this is new. A lounge. Down. Okay, right. Yeah. I'm beat. Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to fucking... I'm not doing this. You give me the option to skip your maze. It's someone... You know what? It's so funny that that's the thing. I think you can also do that when you're leaving the forest. You don't have to take Moses's. So it was Will, was it? By the way, Moses is the forest because, you know, he lived there. But yeah. Yeah, what the hell is that noise? But yeah, clearly someone during playtesting was like, okay, look, yeah, you get a title for it, you know, with some piddly stats or whatever, but this is a really big pain in the ass. Maybe after, you know, getting lost a couple of times, just offer them a way out. And they were like, yeah, you know what, that's a good idea. Because we don't hate our gamers. Not yet, that happens later. It's, oh god, so funny. So that what do you call it? What would you even call that game? That one that's currently everywhere for all the wrong reasons. What was it called? Mixtape? Yeah. It was I can go this way. No! Cute. He's just he's floating back and forth in the water. Gonna go all the places that don't have the bubbles, cause fuck you. I don't give a shit about your bubbles. No. So, you know, yeah. Everywhere. Absolutely everywhere for all the wrong reasons. And it's one of those ones that there's a lot of things that, like, I am, you know, clearly, you know, playing a game from, what, 2000? What was it, 2004, I think? Or was it 2003? It was one of those two. So, 20 plus year old game. I am not someone who lets graphics affect my enjoyment of anything. But I think the fidelity of a game versus the art style of a game are definitely very different conversations. And that game, not only was it just not on my radar anyway, it didn't get advertised to me anywhere. The first time I saw it was the first time anyone was like, wow, this is garbage. And it's like, oh, what's garbage? What is Mixtape? What is this game? And then, you know, seeing more about it, it's like, oh, okay, it's one of these. And, you know, I figured, I didn't really think much of it. You know, they were just, you know, whatever game, if you can call it that. It seems like you do a whole lot less game than you do just, like, walking from one scenario to the next. Which, even as a story guy, like, I would prefer to have some sort of, like, yeah, give me a puzzle or something. You know, it didn't seem like it was disappearance of Edith Finch or something. Levels, whatever that game was called that people that wasn't the advent of the walking game, was it? I don't know. Probably not. But that's the one that, like, that's the big one that I remember was all the talk of when it came out, and then people were like, how do we define a video game? But I think that was actually a pretty old Total Biscuit video. I even remember. I don't remember if it was specifically about that game, but it was like a topic that came up in a video that he did. But either way, so, you know, I saw people were like, it ranges from it's basically nothing which is sometimes worse than being bad, to, wow, this game is very annoying, it gets on my nerves. And I was like, okay. Wasn't on my radar, not a thing I care about anyway. But, you know, good to know. And then, while listening to another just whatever random video that popped up, it came out. I don't know if they were trying to keep it a secret or not, but I didn't hear about any of this during the previous just like random videos here and there, and people bring it up in streams and being like, oh yeah, that's definitely, I'm not bothered, I'm not wasting my time with that. It came out that it was like, oh, this was like they were trying to pass it off as an indie game, but it was like, we could probably just leave them here. They just eat them. It came out, it was like a, whoever was funding it has like a billionaire father, and so, but they're trying to market it as like a, we remember the, well, is it the 80s or the 90s that they tried to set it in, and then even then I think they like, because they didn't actually grow up then, they got a bunch of stuff wrong, and people are like, they're like, you didn't even get that right. But yeah, they tried to, you know, they're like, we're you know, indie game nostalgia love fest for the 80s or 90s, whichever one it was. You know, these are the kinds of games that people want to play. And then it's like, no, this seems like a thing that like just you wanted. And clearly the sales and the amount of people playing are reflecting that. But it's pretty funny to me that, like, when I feel like when you consider what is an indie game, you, and I guess, I don't know, like, do we want to be setting hard and fast rules for them? I don't know. Because in one way, I want to say, like, small team is like, yeah, it makes a difference because you have a more concentrated vision. But if you have a small team and you're like, yeah, we're just like an indie studio, but then your indie studio has however many millions of dollars to play with, I don't know if I can consider you indie at that point, even if you have literally just a team of 5 people. That just means that you have less people to pay, so your massive backing can go much longer. And clearly this wasn't like a crowdfunded thing. This was a, oh, I just have someone who will just throw money at me to do the project I want. Apparently also Expedition 33, which got a bunch of indie awards and everybody's was really in love with. At some point I'll probably play it. I like the music from it. I've heard a lot of the music from it. But I thought that, I wasn't really sure what people meant by that either when they were like, I don't understand why that one's winning like indie game awards. Because I was like, wouldn't it? Because last I heard it was like, yeah, you had a bunch of veteran devs from whatever teams, and they were like, and they came together to make this game, and then it turned out really good. And then yeah, I guess that one also had, like, did they say 10 or 15 million dollars from, like, I don't remember if it was a studio that like gave them that money to, this is like, it was like a partner up, you know, like, okay, well, you've got a lot of good talent behind you already, so we're okay with taking the risk giving you this exorbitant amount of money to make this game. And, you know, Like, look. I know things cost a lot, especially for certain, movies cost astronomical amounts of fucking money now. Games can continue to climb that ladder as well. And just, I think, waste just so much cash, just so much. There's no way anybody's getting their actual value out of games that go above, like, I think I heard somebody say that there was a game that like flopped somewhat recently that was like, was it over 100 million or something? And that's like, how the hell do you, how does that even happen? I don't understand. But I feel like when you start getting into the millions of dollars of funding for a video game, when you have other games that people have made on like a couple grand that turned out like gangbusters, maybe some priorities are skewed. You know, maybe there's some stuff being thrown at the wall that needs to not be thrown at the wall. You know, to see if it works. Innovation is great. If innovation is costing you the GDP of a small country, perhaps there's a problem. Because I think with some actually good talent, you know, dev-wise, and people with like a vision and an idea, you can get a lot done for less. You just need to be able to do it. You need to give them time to be able to figure it out. It's like that. So when you're bringing it back to Half-Life, when I was watching the Half-Life documentary that came out, I think it was the 25-year one, right? And they were like, at some point, you know, we built a game. You know, this is the first Half-Life, obviously. We built a game, and you know, they got like laughed out of different studios' offices because they were like, we want to do like skeletal frames and stuff, and they were like, yeah, nah, you're not gonna be able to figure that out. You can, you know, the meeting's over. And, you know, wow, what a blunder that was. I wonder what people gave Newell out of their office back when he was, you know, just fresh-eyed, I think recently dropped out of, I think they said that he was a college dropout and then worked for Microsoft or something, right? And then he left Microsoft and then, you know, became patron saint of gaming. But, you know, I wonder who, or multiple people, gave Newell out of their office many years ago, and then had to look back on that at all of their success and go, wow, I really fucked that up. Like that's a big ol' oopsie daisy on me. I don't know if I could recover from that. If anybody knew that was literally me. You know? That's a quote to live by. In the end, you're still just a bunch of otters. Put it on my tombstone. But yeah, that's... Oh, what I was gonna finish with, the story wasn't about the people laughing them out. It was, so once they did eventually get everything sort of like sorted out and they could like actually start making a game, they had like the Half-Life beta that you could find out there. I'm pretty sure you could like download. I'm sure you could probably download it on Steam. You just have to like find it under the options or something. Unless they're like hiding that away somewhere, I don't know. But you know, I'm sure you probably find online somewhere too. But the beta they made, and it's had some stuff to it that you were like, okay, I can kind of recognize this as Half-Life. And then once they made the beta, they then scrapped it all and they started over with a more solid foundation after like making this, you know, sort of like framework to begin with. And so it's like, you know, stacking your little house of cards in, you know, you're like, okay, how do I get this to work in the first place? And then you do, and you go, okay, I kind of understand now where everything needs to sit. Let's do it again with the knowledge of how all that fits together and make it like solid. Like I could walk past this and like even like maybe tap it on the edge and it wouldn't fall over, you know, like it would actually be fairly solid. And then, you know, that's what they did. But they had the time to do that. They clearly, you know, they had a deadline, and then they got extended, and then they got extended again. You know, and then of course that became one of their trademarks, is that, okay, well, you know, it's out when it's out. You know, we like that. It's out when it's out. But having the time to be able to build that framework and then get to a point when you go, all right, you know, it's Jotaro playing the baseball game, and he goes, all right, I missed 7 out of the 8 pitches just now. I understand how to play the baseball game. We got this. Let's go. And it's like, now you got it. And then of course, you know, that's more of a joke, because clearly he didn't have it. They were cheating. But it's, you know, I just wanted to throw that in there because I remembered that. That's a good episode. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway.
この霧は
ピポポポ
これはお揃いでようこそ。ホタテ臭いところですが、どうぞのんびりやってくださいね。出向く手間を省いてくれたこと、心より感謝いたしますよ。そんなに慌てないでくださいよ。今私は最高に気分がいい。少しは味のあるおしゃべりでも楽しもうではありませんか。
みんなを傷つけたあなたを僕は絶対に許さない。
やれやれ、せっかちですね。みんなで来れば怖くないか。随分と強気じゃないか。
J ボーをいじめてくれた礼はしっかりとさせてもらうけんの。
おやおや、仲のよろしいことで J がどんなやつかも知らないで。
知ってるさ。知ってるから一緒にいるんだ。
耳障りなことを言ってくれますね。何をどうあがいたところで過去の過ちが消えるものではないわ。
そんなことはない。
人を殺め、その手を血に染め、罪悪感もなく道具として生きてきた。そのようなものをあなた方は人として扱うというのか。これは傑作だ。本当に愉快だな。
あなたの言う通り 僕は罪もない人を殺めてきた。人殺しの道具と言われればその通りなんだと思います。
そうだ、お前は人間なんかじゃない。拳であり、剣であり、槍であり、槍術であり、殺しの道具なんだよ。
あなたは本当に正しいことを言いますね。何もかもその通りですよ。
そうだ、それでいい。お前はこちら側の人間だ。後戻りができないほどお前は血に染まっている。
ジェイ！
愚か者どもにも教えてやるがいい。
J ボーらしいやり方じゃのう。
愚か者はあなたの方だ。
小賢しい真似をするな。
後戻りはできないと確かに僕も思っていましたよ。だけど諦めてしまった僕を支えてくれる人がいる。受け止めてくれる人がいるんだ。
そんなものがなんだ。過去は決して拭い去れぬものだ。諦めて闇に身を任せろ。血にまみれながら生きていくんだ。それがお前の本来住む世界だろう。
あなたは本当に愚か者です。人は変わっていくことができるんですよ。
そうだキュ。過ちは正すことができるんだキュ。一人で背負えない苦しみはみんなで背負えばいいんだキュ。
ジェイの苦しみはポッポたちが一緒に背負うんだキュ。
ラッコが説教か。あんまり笑わせるなよ。
こんな僕を家族だと言ってくれた人がいる。だから僕は負けるわけにはいかない。過去に縛られて自分を見失うわけにはいかないんだ。僕はもう迷わない。僕はもう一人じゃない。
よう言うた。それでこそ男じゃ。
ジェイ、やるぞ。自分の手で決着をつけるんだ。
はい。
愚かな自分を後悔して死ぬがいいわ。
I wonder how much of a pain in the ass this one's gonna be.
深基地に宿りし灼熱の魔種。神父のいとまを待たずして全てを焼き尽くせ。
Dear Lord. Well, I'm definitely going to need to really keep up on myself here. Ugh. Wow, great, cool.
ブラッディハーリング。
撤退も考えた方がいい。
ブラックホール。あがいたところで雑魚は雑魚だったな。
Man, that really sucked. All right. Well, at least this one's a boss fight, so I can just keep retrying. Hopefully, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
チアリングで鎖を打ち込め。お姉さんと
栄翔を止められたか。
何してたのかしら。
レンガ弾
援護します。
消し済みになる。レンガ弾
フリーズランサー。
何か狙ってるのか。
ガリアサイ
何してたの
どれ
かしら。
をどれ。
これでしのげ。
お兄ちゃんありがとう。
Oh, come on.
キュア。
狙ってるの。
死にさせ。レンガ弾
I definitely need to heal myself first.
何か狙ってる
心
のか。
底を極めし高校たるルテン者に。
Will, life bottle, probably, surely.
前より浄化の雨となれ。シューティングスター。
ガリアサイレンガ弾
何か狙ってるのか。
Okay, and now I'm gonna do another lemon gel on me.
これでよくも
Surely, I swear to God.
キュア。
レンガ弾
これでしのげ。
ガリ
キュア。
Maybe it's not worth it to even revive them right now because they're doing too much damage currently. Ah, fuck. Of course, I don't have an elixir.
グランドダッシャー
Oh, don't do it.
ラッティーハウリンよ
Ow. Nope.
くもよしやれるな
何か狙ってるのか。
I'm also going to a life bottle in the middle of
お兄ちゃんありがとう。
レンガ弾
and then you life bottle actually will
レンガ弾
and then you also life bottle Groon.
何が来るかわからん。目をそらすな。
Ow. Lemon gel on me. Well, certainly need to heal myself again.
お疲れね。
Do not die.
キュア。
死にさらせ
イラプション援護します。
Oh, buddy boy. That's no good.
キュア。お姉さん何してたのかしら。
ガリアサイ
Hmm.
ブラッディハーリング。
I don't know how close. Jesus Christ. I don't know how close the J clone is to biting the bullet, but I really hope that it's kind of close because having both of them be around is a gigantic pain in the ass. I guess I'm gonna do it because I don't think.
これでしのげ。栄翔を止められたか。
Okay.
栄翔を止められたか。
遊びたいのかし。アブソリュート。
死にさらせ
Of course. I only have 2 more. So I think I don't bother. I think instead I give this to Will. And I give 1 to myself. That's TP. Or I'll just do this. Whoa, whoa. Okay, it's gotta be a miracle gel. Ooh, that was close. Okay, thank you. I need Okay, Will, you're gonna use your time to do this because I do not have the time. Sure, there. Miracle on Shirley. And then also a miracle on Brune. Oh. And then Melange on Will. Oof. Man, this is rough. This is rough. Thank you. Also, does he have a gun and a sword? I didn't even notice that. That's fucking crazy. Oh, so that's how he's doing that little beam attack. Okay, and Will's down. Oh, we're almost all down. That's no good. Miracle Gel has to happen on me right now. Okay, you're a bitch. Apple Gel on myself. Grun, you were so close. Oh. Surely, do I want to use that on you? I'm going to give you... I'm gonna give you this melange. Fuck. Ah, that's the worst. I was so close. Oh, this sucks. That sucks. I literally can't do anything. I can't do anything about this. I just have to suck it up and let her do it. Oh, this sucks. You know what I'm gonna do? I guess I'll use this. Because they, yeah, this, can she pull this out? There's no fucking way. There's no way she does. There's no way she pulls this out. And I can't do climax with her. Oh, this sucks. This sucks, dick. I really can't help her much here. Like, there's really nothing much I can do. I mean, I can just make sure that she's healed, but she might be able to kill Jay. Maybe. And then she can focus on doing damage? Oh, do some damage, please. Shirley, please. Oh my god. I mean, I'm doing this just because I'm... The fact that we're so close bothers the shit out of me. I mean, I could do that too. Scallop? Oh my god, Jay is so close to being dead, and then she wouldn't have to worry about being doubled up on. Oh my god. Is there anything else I can do for her right now? Accuracy. I can increase attack again, I guess. We'll do this first, just so that she's good on that, and then I'll flare a bottle again. She's so close. Yeah, there's... Even if... I'm just on a prayer right now that maybe she can kill the 1J and then do something against him, but it's not happening. I'm kidding myself. If only I could use my bread in battle. Tractor beam? That's insane. You're an insane person. It's funny too, because she's got more damage than she's ever had, because I just recently gave her that new weapon. But oh my god, she's so close to killing him. You know what? I can do this on Dark J. Oh my god, and she missed all of them. She missed every single one. Shirley, please. What is this? Novice. Let's do this. Let's try it again. He's doing that thing where he's just standing there. Maybe try it out. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. She doesn't have the damage for it. I'm just curious to see how she holds up when what's his face is out of the picture. Oh, did she get him? She did. Okay, good. So let's see. I don't think in any universe she's got the damage to be able to deal with this guy. Yep. Yep. Alright, I think I just give up on this for now. There's no way. There's no way. Yep. You're a piece of shit. Okay, so next time... Well, there's not really anything I could do about the order because it doesn't allow me to change that right now. I could also cheese it because clearly I have climax bottles I can use. Oh, I only have so many lemon bells. Such a piece of shit. Gotta use up all of these guys real quick. You know what? I could also have her do it. And okay. Surely life bottle me, please. And then I'll heal myself, because it's the only person I can trust. Brewed life bottle, surely, please. Wow, they're both dead. Cool. Well. Wow, this one's gonna be just a gigantic pain in my ass. Surely life bottle will. And we can do this again. Okay, so. Do I want? No, I actually do want the Miracle Bell this time. She's gonna die over there. Ugh. I hate this. Okay. Miracle on me. If I can get at least one of them down, this becomes much easier. If. The opposite word there. But just throwing all my shit to the void really sucks. I really don't care which one of them I kill first, but holy shit, I need them to go down, and of course that's not gonna happen. Will, I swear. Okay. Are you fucking kidding me? This is the worst. Do not just, yeah, get me up. I'm the one that matters. If I can get him down, I think that would probably be the best. But whether or not I can actually do that is a whole nother kettle of fish. Because his damage output is insane. Did you just cure yourself? Ah, son of a fucking... And it didn't... Well, at least you were alive to do that. Apple on myself. That one I actually approve of, because I didn't want to have to heal you. Oh, this sucks. Thank you. Holy moly. Okay, it's gotta be a miracle. There we go. I'm almost there. I'm almost there to another one. I'm so close. There we go. Okay. Oh, we're so close to killing him. So close. There we go. Okay, cool. So, one down. Now, now with you by yourself, I'm gonna do another one. No, I'm not. I'm gonna heal myself real quick. And we're gonna bring Shirley back. Get away from her. Get away. She's frail. No. Gruden, get out of here. You need to go. You need to go. Ow. Oh, that sucks. Oh my god, and that fucking... Okay, that's... son of a bitch. Okay. Alright, so... Fuck. Alright. Well, direct damage is gone. Now I just have to hope that they can finish it. It's gonna take some... You know what? Do I do all divide here? I think I do. I think I use all divide here. I'm gonna use all divide. It's gonna slow everything down a little bit. I'm also gonna use Shirley for Analyze. I'm gonna actually use one of these. I don't know if it's gonna do anything for me. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna also Shirley flare bottle on Will again. Alright. We might be in business. Because now it's 3 against 1. Shirley, get out of the way. Jesus, what are you doing? Ah, I see. Okay. That was pretty good. Wow, you whiffed that so hard. That was fantastic. You can do it, Will. I don't even have to heal them. Okay. So, what can I use that would actually help them right now? So, definitely not that. Accuracy for Grood, maybe. Well, it certainly didn't help with the accuracy on that. The fact that this is how this is playing out right near the end here is pretty fucking funny. Oh yeah, there you go. Fucking get him. Get his ass. There you go. There you go. That's big damage. This is gonna take a little while. This is literally gonna be like all the way up until the end of the stream here. Just waiting for them to kill him. And keeping an eye on everybody's health, making sure that it doesn't get too low. Because if I lose even one person, I think he might just murk them. It's good that Will is constantly putting himself between them two. That's fantastic. Oh. Okay. No good. Surely. We're gonna do a melange on Will, because he's the one doing most of the damage right now. Ah, dear lord. Okay. So, Will, real quick. Melange on Shirley, please. Can you get her out of the way? She is not built for this. There you go. That should do it. That should do it. Hell yeah. Get fucked. Get absolutely bodied. Holy moly. Yeah, I can't believe it either.
力が抜けるだと。この私が負けるだと。そんなこと認められるか。
あなたのやることくらいお見通しですよ。
クソガキが。
家族を傷つけたあなたを僕は絶対に許さない。
ほざくなよ。
あなただけは許さない。
なんだこの光は。何をした。
これが僕たちの力です。あなたには決して手の届かない力だ。うわ
I love when they're like, hey, we need a death scream, and they go, okay, how long you want me to hold it? And they go, as long as you can. It's like, alright, I got it.
Jevo?
あいつらのあんな姿を見る日が来るとはな。
ウィルッチ、感想が親父だよ。
おもろい時は笑うもんじゃ。
親父、さすが親父。
お前たちな、俺はまだ28だ。
やっぱり親父じゃん。ガオ。
他に殴られた奴はいるか？
なんで私だけなのよ。
今何か光ったぞ。
この鈴は。
なになんかのお宝？
僕が拾われた時にこの鈴を握っていたそうなんです。
高く売れるかな。
何物欲しそうな顔でこっちを見てるんです？
あ、やっぱりダメ。
当たり前じゃないですか。まったく何を考えてるんですか。
お金儲け？
はっきり言わないでください。
やっぱりこうでないとおもろないわ。
もういらないと思うけど、星祭りの葉っぱ返しておくね。なにちゃっかりお願い書いてたの？
ジェボ見せろ。兄ちゃんに見せるんじゃ。
ダメですよ。
見せなさいってば。
だからダメですってば。
見せんかこら。
絶対にダメです。
シャーリーに聞けばいいだろ。
あ、そうか。りっちゃん、教えて。
ダメですよ。絶対に言わないでくださいね。
さーて、どうしようかな。
She's getting revenge for being kidnapped a 15th time.
シャーリーも意地が悪いな。
りっちゃんに頭が上がらなくなったね。
それは。
白状すれば万事解決じゃ。
絶対に言いません。
グリューネさん、どうかしたか？
この気持ち、何かしら。何かとても嫌な気持ち。
何が起こったんだ？体が動かない。
どうなっちゃってんの？あなたは。
She's not a spooky ghost anymore. She's like flesh and blood.
久しいな、グリューネ。
私のお知り合いの方かしら？
よもや記憶すら戻っておらぬとは。
あなたは私のことご存知なのかしら？
グリューネが我を知るのと同様に、我はグリューネを知る存在。
私もあなたを知ってるのね。
記憶がなければそれでよい。そのまま滅びの道を歩め。
グリューネさん、
くそ、なんで動かないんだよ。
あがくな人の声を。
お前は誰だ。
知る必要はない。
今のなんだ。俺たち。
グリューネさん、大丈夫ですか？グーネさん、しっかりしてよ。傷は治せたけど。
どうして目を覚まさんのじゃ。
町に連れて帰ろう。
そうだな。今はその方がいい。
I absolutely do. Dear God, do I want to save it. Do not make me have to go through that fucking fight with Solon again. Oh my god. So, now that we actually have like a portrait of her, and it's not just her sprite on the, sprite? Her character, like, in the world. Her, like, 3D model character in the world. So clearly either related to Groon, or is Groon, like, they're two parts of the same person? I hope they're two separate people. But I feel like with the memory issue things, and the way that she phrased the, like, as you know me, I know you, I feel like it's gonna be that they're like two parts of the whole. However, it could just be that they're like twins, because clearly in that one little flashback that she had right near, like, where it was however the hell long back, where she was thinking about it and then she immediately forgot. They were in like a battle against one another, and Groon was like powering up her Kamehameha against her, and so it was, maybe they're just related. Maybe this is like a Trigun situation, so the two siblings against one another. One is just a turbo bitch, and then Groon is very sweet. Although clearly the her that we see now is not how she normally is, because all of her little seed familiars note, like, you're different than I remember you being. And then they're like, oh, I get, okay, you're not quite your old self yet. I'll come back later, And then she's like, okay, and then she sings them to sleep, and then we walk away. Oh my god. So this is, I'm going to...
グリューネさんの様子は?
Because I can't leave it at that. So I'm gonna go through whatever this first cutscene is right afterwards, just to see, like, some sort of hint of what tomorrow's stream is going to have in store, and then that'll be at the end of the stream for tonight. But man, good stream.
まだ目を覚まさないよ。夢じゃなかったんだよね。
夢で姉さんがやられてたまるかい。
あの黒い服の人は何者なんですかね。突然現れて突然消えて。
グリューネさんのことを知っているようだったな。
確認しようにも姉さんの記憶はきれいに飛んじょるからの。
そもそもあれは人だったのか？
人じゃなかったら何なのさ。
それはわからないけど、なんというか異質な感じがした。
ワイもそれは感じたわ。
ウィル、さっきから黙って何を考え込んでる？
あの声、前に聞いたことがある。ずっと気になって考えていた。
それで分かったんか？
霧から生まれた自分の影と向かい合った時に聞いた声だ。俺も冷静ではなかったから気のせいだと思い込んでいたんだが。
まさかみんなもか？
言われてみれば確かに似たような声じゃったわ。
僕が聞いた声もよく似ていたように思います。
私も弱ってた時だから幻聴かと思ってたけどね。
あの声は気持ちを暗くさせる。
うん、すっごく嫌な感じがした。頑張ろうとする気持ちが急になくなっていくんだよ。
心が苦しくなって追い詰められていくようだった。
あいつが黒い霧に関係してるのは間違いなさそうだな。
グリューネさんと知り合いなのはどうしてかな。
グリューネさんも霧と関係があるんでしょうか？
あるわけないっしょ。グー姉さんはいい人なんだから。
僕に怒らないでくださいよ。皆さんだって考えたことでしょ。
姉さん、霧のことも何か知ってるみたいじゃったの。
知っているはずのことを思い出そうと懸命になっていた。そんな感じではあったな。
そうかもしんないけどさ。
憶測で結論を出すのはやめにしよ
う。姉さん、知り合いにオータンをきっかけに記憶が蘇るとええの。
蘇ったとしても僕たちに話してくれるかどうかは定かじゃありませんけどね。
なんじゃと？
黒い霧が魔物や人に悪影響を及ぼしているのは確かです。さらにあの黒い服の人がその元凶である可能性は高い。
だからどうしたんじゃ？
グリューネさんが黒い服の人と関係があるのであれば。
ジェボ、それ以上は言わんで。
グリューネさんの様子を見てくる。目を覚ましてるかもしれない。
私も行く。だったらみんなで行こう。気になって仕方がないでしょ。
Okay, cool. Also, let's rest so that I actually heal everybody. That would be pretty awesome. Ah, man. Okay, so what's my current configuration? Do I deal with this? I think I can live with that. I can live with that. So, we're gonna save this again. Absolutely. Fantastic. Okay, so this is a fantastic place to leave it off for tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, we'll go check on Groon. Hopefully she hasn't jumped out the window or something silly. Be very unlike her. More than likely she's awake and then we walk in on her like changing or something, because I feel like she's very she has a lot of good flipping situations on their head moment, you know, like when things are dark and then she brightens it up with some sort of levity. But we're gonna have to get to the bottom of who she is finally. And now all of the Black Mist stuff finally is gonna come together. I'm excited. Ooh, I'm excited. So, alright. Until tomorrow morning, and then yeah. Awesome. Very good stream. Very interesting fight against Solon, which was both a pain in the butt, but also I think a very good highlight of some of the interesting nature of the combat system, which I've been up and down on. Sometimes I've been like, you know what, I actually enjoy the way that this plays, and other times I'm like, but then it gets a little bit samey. But when you have those spikes of difficulty here and there with the boss fights, and sometimes you're like, you deal with it really well, and you curb stomp them, and other times like that, you really have to do a lot of micromanaging with your items. And if I was better at it and chose my people better and not just based off of who I felt like was the most convenient at the time, I could probably also micromanage like their abilities and stuff more. And then you get into those situations every once in a while where it's like, fuck, I ran out of everything. I have no life bottles. I don't have anybody that can resurrect in my party right now. Because right now, currently, it's only Norma that has that. And not only does it take forever for her to actually use that spell, so that's generally why I don't have her in there. Most of the time, it's better for her to be in the reserves anyway, because it's more useful outside of battle than it is inside of battle, generally. So you get into those situations like I was there, where you die, and you're like, fuck, well, maybe we can stick it out if I just do a little bit more micromanaging and make sure that nobody dies, and then it's because then that's a death spiral that just goes out of control. Sweet Shirley, she did her best, but a 2 against 1 with just her and her damage, not happening. But as soon as Solon went down, yeah, buddy. Fantastic. A very good showcase, I think. Not my playing of it, but just that a fighting system like this can actually be pretty exciting. Because if you go down, sometimes you just gotta watch and see what happens and go, alright, I can help a little bit. I can do items. I can sort of micromanage on that a little bit. But it's really up to you guys, and maybe some of the AI behaviors that I've set, and hopefully it does well. And for that in particular moment, it did pretty good, because Groon was in the back most of the time, Shirley was in the back most of the time, Groon does a lot of damage with magic, and Will was in the middle mostly, which is good, because that means that he was like the bulwark between the girls and the Dark J. So fantastic. It worked great. Alright. See in the morning for next time. Goodbye.